Yo, what's up, guys? It's Flop and Groper at the end of September here. Wake me up when September ends because when is it going to be UpToBeR already? Or is it already UpToBeR? Everybody's talking about UpToBeR. The prices are pumping. Sounds like to me like we are front running and counting our chickens before they hatch, just like we have been this entire run. And so, the sentiment is lining up with what the VWAPs are saying, guys, which is that yes, we are above the ascending 5-day simple. We are breaking out of all of these VWAPs, all VWAPs. We're breaking out of all VWAPs, which is quite bullish. And on top of that, you see how like you place a VWAP at this low here, which happened to be last summer as well. And you see that we're breaking out of the pinch between the low, the VWAP that caught that 48K wick, and then the all-time high VWAP, we pinched in there, and finally we are breaking out of the top of it. So instead of dumping down and capitulating down to like 25K, we are breaking out of the VWAP pinch bullishly. And so technically you could have like a swing trade with like a stop loss underneath that all-time high VWAP if you were like super bullish. But the reason why I'm a little cautious going into October is because of the monthly leapfrog play. So this green VWAP placed on July 1st here, this is a really important VWAP. As soon as Q4 begins, it's going to be very enticing for the price to dump down to that Q3 VWAP, if not the September VWAP as well. And so I'm anticipating that the pumpy Bitcoin will drag these VWAPs up and they'll get kind of tightened up like this. And at around this point here, that's when we're going to get the tap, a sharp dump from Bitcoin. We're going to dump down to that Q3 and potentially the September VWAP. And ultimately, October is going to be a quasi sideways, disappointing kind of meh kind of month. And if you look at last year, it was a very similar situation. You can see that we were bottoming in the summer here in August, and October came around, UpToBeR, and yeah, there was a little bit of pumpage, but then it settled back down, and things were looking a little hairy. We were actually under a declining 5-day simple here for a while, and then that's when the God candles came in November, and so actually this was October 16th, so like it wasn't like midway until the middle of October that we even saw any action, and then the bull market really didn't start kicking online until like November. So maybe we're dealing with a similar situation here where we've got like this overall triangle pattern and this election day breakout of that triangle pattern kind of situation going on. So we've got like a late October going into November bullish case, but beginning and middle of October is a little bit iffy, right? Because we are already so far away from these the anchors here. It's like a 10% dump. This is a free move. And it doesn't actually have to happen in October. I'm just kind of guessing because it's so far away from these anchored VWAPs and it just makes sense to go down there. Even if we like pump all the way up to like 68, then we could have like a massive like dump down like that. Something like these previous dumps, but then we form this higher low and all of a sudden it starts looking really bullish going into election season. And so this is the scenario I am picturing here. And as for the immediate short term, we'll open up another chart here. And when I look at the current kind of like hourly situation here, we want to place a VWAP at this low here. And then we'll place a VWAP on that high. And so you can see that we're kind of in a pinch on these smaller time frames as well. So Bitcoin is pretty much just bullish over 65,934 and bearish under 65,100 here. And that's pretty much the situation. Maybe you could drag this VWAP up because there was actually like a handoff. So like the VWAP failed to catch some of these bottoms at a certain point. And so there was kind of a VWAP handoff off this low here. And so you can see this is actually the pinch that we're kind of talking about. We're actually kind of bearish under 65,662 and then bullish over 65,934. So that's pretty much the squeeze that's going on right now. on Bitcoin. And remember, guys, we're over that ascending 5-day simple. The slope of a moving average matters, whether we're interacting with it or not. Whether the price is above it or below it does not matter. The fact that the 5-day simple is way below us and sloped up is quite bullish. And so this little green dot could, even though this looks really toppy, this looks super bearish divergent, I actually wouldn't be surprised if that little green dot actually pays off and like this 2 hour gets warped and we just simply go bullish even more. And it's just a September blow off, man. It's just like a super duper September blow off with these bearish signs just getting absolutely murked, just like what happened on the daily. The daily is usually a really powerful, trustworthy time frame, and this China pumpage, the China printing, and all this stuff, it's definitely like warped the indicators a little bit, where this daily reading got undone and tricked up a lot of traders because for the last couple months we've been trusting that daily time frame a lot. But the daily time frame pairing with the VWAPs doesn't always play out how you expect, guys. So you can't like gamble all your money away on these ideas, even though they are powerful ideas. For instance, you can see how when July began, there was a huge dump first before July ended up being a positive month. And what was going on here is like June was such a bad month that there was some spillover into July. But eventually, in the middle of July, you can see how we built a case over the current monthly anchor, and we did get that pump up to the previous quarter's VWAP, about an 11% freebie move, which anybody who had been following me at the time knows I was all over that thing. And this also happened from Q1 to Q2. And so if you think that a massive pump makes Bitcoin immune to retreading back to these quarterly VWAPs, you're wrong. Because during the rally of Q1, yes, it did take a while because like March went on, April went on. By the time we actually tapped down on that January 1st year-to-date anchor, it was April 13th. And so it did take a while. But man, think about the sentiment up here at the end of March. Bitcoin was unsinkable at this point. Bitcoin was the future. People were counting their chickens before they hatched. People are just saying that it's going to 150K, myself included. The waves looked really good up there, and then things started getting divergent. And like it was at around this time that I started talking about the year-to-date VWAP, how that's going to be an important level for us to look at. And lo and behold, we did end up going there. And ever since that point, we've just been getting this kind of sideways market and getting these jumps from month to month, like 1 month's VWAP, price dumping or pumping back to the previous month's VWAP, building a case and rinsing and repeating. But the point I'm trying to make is Bitcoin loves to retread back to previous months and previous quarters VWAP. And so I don't think that this upcoming month is any different. Even though we are bullish, we've run super far from the July 1st anchor, and that is in the cards, a kind of UpToBeR surprise, let's just say that. And that's about all I got for the Bitcoin situation. So if you guys like this TA, make sure you guys like the video, drop a comment below, and share this video out. And when it comes to the VIP, there's info for the VIP in the description of this video. But right now, it's a one-time payment for lifetime, and it comes with a consultation one-on-one with me. But that's not going to be the case forever. So very soon, I'm going to be transitioning to a monthly fee structure for all new members. And it's just going to be different. And it's not going to come with the call. The call is going to be a la carte. It's going to be its own thing. So the VIP, even though I have been on kind of a loss streak in this range, it's been this China pump weird range. I've been trying to short in the ascending 5-day simple like an idiot. So not gonna lie, the last few days have been tough, but I do promise to give you guys like once a month wonderful swing trades, and every day I'm gonna come out and tell you what I think the Bitcoin market's doing. I may not give you a trade, I may not give you the best trades all the time, but at least once a month, I give you an absolute banger. Like I'm telling you, like a 3 to 10% call that pays off big. that you're just not going to get that call following anybody else, because nobody else in crypto is really talking about these anchored VWAPs like your boy. So get into the VIP while it's like a good deal, and it'll be a good resource for you to grow as a trader. And it's kind of just like an attachment to your MC membership. And I made this group because I want my TA compartmentalized. I want my trading separated from my brother. I don't want to flood the Market Cipher Discord with strictly Bitcoin calls, because I am just a Bitcoin trader. I'm a big fan of sticking to your ticker and not deviating really that much. And so I'm familiar with the leverage that I use on Bitcoin, and I don't really want to deviate. And so most of my TA is just going to be on Bitcoin, but I may transition to trading ETH or some shit coins in the future. And what else? What else? Go ahead and follow my Twitter at Flopping Groper here. We've been growing on Twitter. It's actually the platform where I have the least amount of followers, but it's like the most engagement. Like I've got all these people doing these push-ups, liking and helping my growth here on Twitter. It's kind of amazing what I've been able to accomplish on Twitter with so few followers compared to like what other crypto people have, and they really don't do anything other than like text you good morning and shit. So support the cause. We're doing good things here, folks. We're getting people to take care of their health because I love you guys. I want you guys to be happy and healthy and thriving, whether you make it in trading or not, god damn it. And so man, that's just what I'm all about. I'm here for the traders. I want you guys killing it. I want you guys playing it safe, but also taking controlled risks, because scared money don't make no money. And I just wish you guys the best. And I owe everything to you. Everything I've built up this year, it's all because of you guys tuning into my streams, cheering me on, all that shit. So just know that I love you guys, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video.